What's going on, everybody? Track 4, The Unforgettable Fire. The Unforgettable Fire, you too. Title track. Typical of the album, the track The Unforgettable Fire, with a string arrangement by Noel Callahan, has a rich symphonic sound built from ambient guitar and driving rhythm, along with a lyrical sketch that is an emotional travelogue with a heartfelt sense of yearning. The band cited a traveling Japanese art exhibit of the same name as inspiration for both the song and album title. The exhibition, which the band attended in Chicago, commemorated the victims of the bombing of Hiroshima. However, the open-ended lyric, which Bono says doesn't tell you anything, does not directly reference nuclear warfare. Rather, the lyrics are about traveling to Tokyo. Album's lyrics are open to many interpretations, which alongside its atmospheric sounds provides what the band often called a very visual feel. I think it's really cool though. I dig it. And I think that he's great at it, frankly. Bono had recently been immersing himself in fiction, philosophy, and poetry, and came to realize that his songwriting mission, which up to that point had been a reluctant one on his behalf, was a poetic one. Okay. Bono felt songs like Bad and Pride in the Name of Love were best left as incomplete sketches, and he said that The Unforgettable Fire was a beautifully out-of-focus record, blurred like an impressionist painting, very unlike a billboard or an advertising slogan. Yeah, I think it works for me. I mean, I'm not a lyric person, right? I don't care about lyrics, but this totally works for me. I think it's great because the voice is an instrument, right? It's part of the overall sound. And when you're thinking of it in that kind of way, I would feel you get more of this than if you're thinking of it in terms of conveying a message, which is then more that, more about your lyrics or whatever. Music is fine for conveying a message. It's fine, but it's, I don't know. I'm not looking for that in music. That's not what you guys know this. I'm saying something to people that already know that. Unless you're new here. If you're new here, I'm not into lyrics. I don't really care what they're about. I care about other musical aspects. Lyrics, in my opinion, are not even 50% of the music in most music. It's maybe 25%. Because of all the different, right? You have the harmony, you got the melody, you got the rhythm, you got lyrics. That's 4, that's 25% each, equals 100%. Anyways, you know what I mean? So I like production stuff. All right, let's get to the song. I'm talking to people that already know. All right, here we go. The Unforgettable Fire, title track. Here it is. Bam. Okay. So this has keyboards, right? He's like Pops from Adam Clayton. He's like, it's 84. I got it right. Nice melody. Drops out and leaves that space. It's great. Red wine that punctures the skin, face to face, in a dry and waterless place. Walk on by, walk on through, so sad to besiege your lonesome. Hey! Cool. Yeah. Yeah, again, it's like all these are, they're very much sketches and just beds to lay on, basically. Just beds of color, beds of rhythm for Bono to just lay on, basically. To do his thing on, to kind of just his vocal brush strokes, if you will, right? The drums are super basic, but steady and consistent and just driving the whole thing. I like the parts, and he's done it in nearly all the songs so far. Adam Clayton, where he'll just drop out and then come back, because I think that's, leaving space, not playing is, an effect, is notes, right? It's resting, right? You don't have to play the whole time. Can create an effect, right? So I think it's great. Yeah, I think it's really cool. And the changes are very basic, but just what they're doing and how they're doing, it's the same as all of what I've been saying with their changes so far, is that like it's sparse. They're not changing like crazy. I mean, I've been listening to Yes. So this is very different. It's nice. It's like a nice change for me, right? Where it's like, okay, all right, we got some breathing room and we can really hear this color and feel like sit in it for a minute instead of just like jumping around, right? We're really sitting in it, which is nice. Yeah, so the verses were on the 6th chord, is minor, right? And then they would go to 4, right? 6/4, 6/4, and then when they went to the chorus, they would go to 1. And then they would go to 5, and then they would go up to flat 7, then they would go to 4, and then they go back to 1. And right, they did that for a bit, and then there was another time where the 2, I think, previous times where they would go 1 to 5 to flat 6 to 4, and then drop down to 2, and then go 3 dominant, make the 3 chord, which is usually a minor chord, they would make it dominant. So make it 5 of 6, because that's like 3/7 going, because a 5 chord wants to resolve down a 5th, right? Which would then be the 6 chord, the minor. And that's when they just got big with it and thick with the low synth kind of subby sounds. That flat 7 chord, and then that 3 dominant chord are adding these other notes, these other colors into the overall sound of it that weren't there. That's why it kind of piques your ear, right? It's a new color that's coming in, not just 6, 4, 1, 5, all in the same key. All of a sudden, when you get flat 7, you get the note flat 7. And then when you go to 3/7, you get a sharp 5, you get the sharp 5. So just that alone, those extra notes that are not in the key just kind of pique you. Anyways, this is cool too. Dig it. Yeah, it's a very cool album. Very listenable, very accessible, right? Anybody can hear this and be into this, in my opinion. This kind of thing. Like, even if you're not into like rock music or whatever, this is totally listenable. Also, this one didn't come out as aggressive, right? It kind of started more subtly than the rest of the tracks so far. All right, up next is Promenade, closing out the side 1. All right, catch you then. Later.